Hey, you guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Life Coaching with MDR. So, I'm going to try to be quick. I don't want this video to be too long, but I do want it to be impactful. I do want it to resonate with those who are listening and need this, life coaching tip as far as paying your bills and being financially stable. So, it is very important to come to the point in your life, no matter where you at, no matter where you are financially, to come to terms with where you are in your finances and to try to be better than your current situation. I think we've all had to ask people for money. If you haven't, amen, hallelujah. This ain't for you. But for those who have experienced hardship in their finances, who had to ask people for money, who've had to take out loans to make ends meet, who have lived paycheck to paycheck, who have visited Coinstar or any kind of services where you turn your change in, or you have had moments where you've wept and you've cried out and you've needed some help, this video is for you. So my whole point is, for me, I had to determine that I was not going to live paycheck to paycheck. And it doesn't mean that I was making a lot of money. It's just I had determined for myself, I was tired of asking people for money. I was tired of borrowing $20 here, $20 there to get to the, what I was really needing to pay a bill. I was tired of living like that. So I told God, look, if you will help me to get out of this paycheck to paycheck mentality, robbing Peter to pay Paul, then I won't ever go back to this. And I will try to help as many people as I can so they can understand being financially healthy is one of the best feelings in the world. To know that you have what you need financially, that you don't have to ask anybody for anything or feel guilty when you can't pay people back because you was really trying to pay them back. I'm not talking about people that's trying to get over and manipulate people out of their money. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about scammers. I'm talking about real deal. I've made up my mind and I'm going to start saving money so I can have the nest egg of savings that I need when I will need it. Because it's important. That's one of the biggest responsibilities that you will have as an adult, is to be financially stable. And I'm not talking about millions. I'm talking about, it's amazing if you get to that point. That's what I would love to see for myself and people that I love. But let's have a foundation first. So the foundation should be that you're changing your mentality. Quit spending everything that you get in your hand or in your bank account that goes, from your what you making on your checks. Quit already spending your money before you get it. That's your first thing. Quit buying unnecessary stuff. You got enough shirts, you got enough jeans, you got enough shoes. You don't need anything else. Trust me, you don't. You can come up with a million different outfits from the clothes that you've already got and acquired that's in your closet. You don't need a new handbag. You don't need a new purse. You don't need no new jewelry. You don't. And I know that that's how we live our lives, acquiring things. But you have nothing to prove to nobody. You have to get over living in the Jones effect, trying to prove stuff to people. Forget them people. It's time to be financially healthy. So out of your check, you need to start saving your money. Pay your bills. And let me get on that before I go any further. As grown people, I'm so sick of grown people who acquire bills every month and have an attitude and offended when it's time to pay your bills. They your bills. You know rent gonna be due. You know that utilities gonna need to be paid. If you have cable television, you know that service gonna have to be paid. Your car note, if you have a car note, is gonna have to be paid. Car insurance, health insurance, Hulu, Netflix. If you are whatever the bills are, they come monthly like clockwork. There is a set date. Nobody should have to tell you every month that you need to pay your bills. They your bills. Loans, student loan payments. Quit ducking and dodging these folks. Grow up, be responsible, and take charge of paying your bills and pay your bills on time. Do you know how much integrity that says about you? When you stop being offended when somebody say it's time to pay your bills, pay your bills. Rent is not free. Utilities aren't free. When you turn the light off and on and you go to turn your lights on and they don't come on, that's a problem. Especially when you got the money. I don't get folks that love to tell people how much money they got, but they don't want to pay their bills. Pay your bills and be responsible and pay your bills on time. If you have the finances, I'm not talking to the people who don't have the finances. This is not me fussing at you. I'm fussing at the people who got money, sitting on money, got money in their bank account, got money in their pocket, got money in their purse, got money in their wallet. And then when it's time to pay bills, they face all scrunched up. They offended. Grow up. Get grown and get you some responsibility and start taking some ownership and spend your money on your bills. Quit waiting till after the due date to want to pay your bills. That don't even make sense. It just don't. Not to me. It don't make sense. Be responsible. Start being responsible and pay your bills. Now back to being financially stable. So, if you need to sit down with bill collectors, call them, make a payment arrangement, make payment arrangements with your companies. Like most folks, if you call them and let them know your situation, they will work with you. But when you're dodging people, they start to put you in a category that's a person that's empty. That's not about their business. You have to be about your business if you want to change your financial situation. So once you start saving your money and you have, things on your credit report or things that are haunting you, like bill collectors, stop dodging on people. Start having a conversation with those folks. Like I said, set up payment arrangements. Dispute stuff on your credit. Because I'm telling you, financial health is wealth. It's wealth. And you will start you'll stop being a borrower, however you say the word. You'll stop having to borrow from people and you'll become a lender. But it starts with being responsible. You have to start taking ownership for the things you've done. Don't feel guilty. We've all been there. I know I have. Like I said, I've had to ask people for money. I've had to visit a coin store and turn in my change. I've robbed Peter to pay Paul. I've lived paycheck to paycheck. And it's just not a good feeling. It's an overwhelming, stressful feeling when you have to decide, am I going to pay my rent or am I going to get groceries for me and my kids? Right? And you don't want to live like that. So, whatever you need to do when you get your check, if you can put $25 up every month, that $25 will turn into $100. That $100 can turn into $500. That $500 can turn into more. So that way you'll have something. And you can have something as you continue to build, as you continue to work on your finances, as you continue to work on your credit, as you continue to, stop dodging people who you owe money to and have an honest and open conversation about it. You'll see the things shift in your life financially. But you have to remember, don't nobody owe you nothing. Stop living with the everybody owe me mentality. And stop trying to put people on a guilt trip. As you get older, people don't care. Trust me, the older you get, people stop to care about your situation. That you about to get put out. That your light's about to get turned off. People stop having sympathy when you continue to run the same lines and the same things over and over to them again. They stop believing you, even if it is the truth. And even if you are going through a dire situation, trust me, I know. I've almost been evicted and didn't nobody help me. Because to them, I'm grown. Why are you almost being evicted from your apartment? Why you don't have your money? So you have to start to remember, as you get older, people stop caring about your situation. It's not that they don't love you, but it's like, I'm grown and I'm doing it, and you grown, why aren't you? So you have to change your mentality. You have to change how you spend your money. You don't need nothing new. Your kids don't need nothing new. And you have to sacrifice. You have to sacrifice. Even if that means eating the same thing every day. Even if that means that you can't go out to eat. Even if that means you have to wear the same tennis shoes for a whole year. You're going to have to make some sacrifices so you can get to the financial stability that you want in your life. And so you'll have something to leave your children's children. It's so important. It's necessary. Trust me. And quit playing about your bills. Be responsible. Shouldn't nobody have to remind you to pay your bills. Them your bills. You accumulated them. If you laid your head down in a house for 30 days, it's time to pay your mortgage. It's time to pay your rent. It's time to pay your utilities. Should nobody have to keep asking you? It is ridiculous. And that's just real. I can't say it no other way. It's just real. And if you are in a financial crisis, get the help that you need. There's resources out there, and don't be ashamed. Do not be ashamed. We've all been in situations where we needed some help. And if somebody tell you they ain't never need no help, they a damn lie. They are a lie. We've all needed somebody to help us. But we can't always need some help over and over and over and over again. That's a pattern, and you got to change. You got to change. You got to start saying, what do I need to fix so I don't have to keep being in these situations? And when you determine what you need to fix, you have to work on fixing it so you can have a better life. So you don't have to keep asking people for help. So you can have the resources that you need to help yourself. It's so important. So remember, we're going to be financially stable 2020. We're going to work on our credit in 2020. We're going to build us a savings in 2020, and we're going to get serious about paying our bills on time, not late, not beyond the due date. If we have the money to do so, what we waiting for? Okay? So y'all have a good rest of y'all day. If y'all don't hear from me again after Thursday, y'all have a good weekend. I'll probably post a video tomorrow, but you never know. Y'all have a good one. Be blessed. Remember to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend. Like, share, and subscribe. And thanks again for tuning in to another episode of Life Coaching with MDR. Peace.